We've been talking about your interest in Mediterranean architecture, residential development, and all of a sudden you talk about 12, 30-story towers.
Correct.
Which again seems in conflict with who you are as an architect. But apparently it isn't, because otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. So explain that dichotomy.
I always say that I always dream, because ever since I was a child, I've always been dreaming. And your brain, my brain probably works at a different wavelength as probably other people's brain, because I'm doing multitasking at the same time. When you're talking to me, whatever you are talking, I'm creating images in my mind. When you say Italian architecture, I'm getting images. I'm getting columns, I'm getting arches, I'm getting domes. When you say modern architecture, I'm getting these glass and contemporary spaces and big blue buildings or whatever. So I get these images. So you could say that's a dreaming process that goes on. But at the same time, I want to create contemporary architecture, because contemporary modern architecture to me is a bigger challenge than doing a traditional architecture. Traditional architecture, you're kind of confined with what you can do. Contemporary architecture, because you are free to do whatever you can do, so there's this fear factor. You know, am I doing it right? Is this right? So you have to analyze it and check it 10 times, 100 times, look at it over and over again. You want to make sure what you're doing is right. You don't want to make a mistake, right? Because a mistake in architecture is there for next 100 years, you know. It doesn't go away unless they blow up the building or something like that. So it's a bigger challenge. When you said it's a different challenge, it's actually a bigger challenge to do contemporary architecture. So I end up spending a lot more time doing contemporary architecture than traditional. But I don't think, I think as far as signature goes, like people ask me, what's your signature? My signature is space planning. I always say that. My signature is space planning. When you walk into my buildings or you walk into the spaces that I've designed, you will know that this has been designed by Tony Ashai. And what that is, I play with people's mind. You know, visually, I like to, when you open the door, I would like to control what you will see, and then where your eye will go, and what kind of images will come to your mind by the way I design the space. How long will I make the corridor, or will I make no corridor? Will I make short corridor? Will it be fat, tall, space? So I like to play with your mind, and you will know that. And people always, ask me, what's the best compliment you got? I said the best compliment I always thought I got was when people say, you know what, I don't know what it's about this building. I like it, but I don't know what it is. To me, that is my signature. You don't know what it is, but it's there, and you can never get bored with it.
So if challenge of creating a skyscraper is much greater than creating a piece of Tuscan-themed architecture, it must be another step further to create an entire island. I mean, is that the ultimate?
No, it's a different kind of challenge, like we said, but there's no ultimate. I mean, I have just started product design, for example, and I find it very difficult to design tableware, a cup and a plate. And I spend like hundreds of hours to design a cup and a plate. So on one hand, you're designing these islands where people are moving and 10,000 people are going to live here. They're going to go to the shops. They're going to go to stores. So you kind of play guard. You know, you're like, okay, I'm going to make them go this way. They're going to go over this bridge. Then they're going to walk down that way. And then I'm going to make them go up this tower. They look down and now I don't like what they see over here. I'll change that reality. I'll make different things. So you do this mega scale. On the other hand, you sit there and designing a cup, and you're like, well, I don't like the way this cup is. So you just play with that cup for hundreds of hours. So there is, like I said, you know, as a designer, everything's a challenge. You can say, okay, I want you to design a new bottle for Perrier. So I'll probably spend like 200 hours trying to design a bottle of Perrier, and I still may not come up with a design. Whereas you can ask me to design an island, I may do it in 40 hours. So it's strange.
There's precious few architects in the world who get the chance to do all these kinds of high-profile, big projects, especially in this very short period of time.
Right.
Basically in the last 3 years.
Right.
Doesn't it freak you out a little bit? Doesn't it
Yeah.
take you aback? Or
Yeah, I still feel that one of these days I'm going to wake up and it's going to be a dream. And then they're going to say, what Shah Rukh Khan Boulevard? You don't know him. You never went to Dubai. So, but it's a reality. It happens. What are you going to do? You know, people are coming to me. I'm not going to them. So they're coming to me. I'm getting calls from Nairobi. I've never been to Nairobi, never been to Kenya. So this person who is an extremely wealthy guy in Nairobi went to Dubai Lifestyle City office to buy a villa, and he loved the project. He goes, who's the architect? I want him to design an island for me in Kenya. So this is how the word spreads. And then there was another guy who came from India, and he wants me to do a project in Mumbai, India, outside Mumbai, India. It's called Angsana Resort for, Banyan Tree Hotel. It's going to be 5-star hotel, health spa, 100 homes, golf course, all these mega projects. So they go, they're just coming, and I'm saying no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. I don't have time right now. So it became so busy at one point, I had to redirect my emails to my assistant. I had to change my cell phone number because people are calling me on cell phone. So it became really difficult at one point. So, but I learned to manage it. So it's okay. It's under control now.